When giving gifts at the school, it's a really important thing to follow proper channels, and this presentation is going to help you determine what you can and can't do for the school. Often we want to give students some sort of gift as a recognition for the success, milestones that they've reached, or major accomplishments. But there really is a proper way of determining whether or not the school can actually provide a gift. Sometimes these things might come in the form of incentives during fundraising campaigns, or we might have awards for special achievement or recognition promoted through the school. If it's fundraising, there are often prizes that can accompany those things, but really it's a matter of paying attention that the prizes are only given to the students who actually participated in the fundraising campaign, and that the gifts that are provided are purchased with the funds raised by the group providing the incentive. There should be clear-cut criteria that's been established prior to this so that students know whether or not they'll be able to receive a gift upon completing their fundraising. Often there's special achievements where we are able to recognize the kids appropriately, but when we decide to do this, we need to make sure that the gifts are nominal in value and that they are age appropriate. So for instance, at the high school level for us, when we recognize kids, often it's going to be some sort of medal for their accomplishment. Funds for the gift can come from one of the following when we determine to do this. It can come from a general fund, it can come from a parent group or business donations who want to recognize those kids for what they've accomplished, or it can come out of the athletic or activity fund. Wherever it's coming from, though, it needs to be established and definitely in our procedures before we make the decision to recognize students. When we want to give gifts to staff members, it's really a greater situation in terms of understanding the procedures that we can follow. It's important to determine the procedures and discuss how we want to implement them by a group and that this is revisited yearly. It's also encouraged that these funds are established with a staff remembrance fund. At our school, this fund is referred to as MIRTH. The Staff Remembrance Fund definitely requires responsibility, and it has requirements for whether or not we're able to gift out of that fund. There should be a committee and it should be made up of multiple staff members. Funds should be established through staff dues or donations or through staff fundraising, and there should be gifting guidelines established and revisited on a regular basis so that we understand what we can and cannot give gifts for. All staff gifts, when and why. It's normal to give teachers gifts at the start of the year during Teacher Appreciation Week. It really, again, should be nominal in cost, so you don't want to be spending often more than $5 per teacher per gift. The fund should come from a PTA or teacher-generated fund. And then the funds that the staff raises, if the staff raises money, it's appropriate to go ahead and spend it on the staff. It really should be spent on the staff unless they determine to direct that money elsewhere. It should be during an all-school fundraiser, and if the faculty raises money, they can definitely receive a percentage of those funds. Rarely, money from the general fund may be used as gifts or incentives for teachers. It really is important to understand that we should not be pulling money out of the general fund for the school. That money is intended for students and the use of the school, and it's not to incentivize performance for teachers. There are other situations considered special efforts gifts, so it's specific for students or staff. It'd be important to consult the district accounting offices before deciding whether or not you're able to actually provide this kind of gift before undertaking that kind of fundraising. If given to an employee, that employee has to remember that it becomes part of their taxable wages. So if an employee receives funds in this manner, they need to make sure that it is reported if it's from the school. In this case, it's often best to have the PTA or another parent group organize and coordinate with a local bank. Sometimes this might center around the needs of a family having medical concerns that the school wants to participate and raise funds for. While this is definitely a noble cause, it's important that the staff understand how to best go about doing this before they embark on this project. And that concludes how to appropriately spend money for teachers and students in the form of gifts. Thank you.